Are you looking for a fun and easy little project that you can do in just a couple hours? Honestly, it was really not even a couple hours. Let's make a trivet. A trivet is like a hot pad for your counter. So something that you can sit on your counter and then put a pot on top of. The Quilted Cow just released a line called So Hot, So Cold. This is insulated batting, so you can use it on the inside of your hot pads or on your trivets like I'm going to do. I'm going to cut some of this to the size of this little table topper that I made, and then I'm going to quilt it in place using my stitch in the ditch foot, and I will have an amazing little table topper or trivet, hot runner, hot pad for the top of my counter, whatever we want to call it. Okay, step one, we're just going to cut it to size. Now you could use a solid piece of fabric, you could use a panel, you could use all sorts of things to make one of these trivets. We're just going to cut it straight to size. I did use the opportunity to kind of square my block up there that was a little bit off, which is totally cool. And then you've got it. Okay, this is a fat quarter for the back. I'm going to cut it about 1 inch from the edge because I'm going to do a turned binding. So I'm just going to lay it out and real quick, real easy, use my ruler to cut this up. Okay, I'm actually going to use a little bit of spray basting. This is June Taylor's, and some pins. Normally I wouldn't do it right here on my cutting mat, but use my camera. Lay that down. I don't want to mess it up because I've already got this measured correctly. I'm going to do it again. I'm doing a little extra on that side. I'm going to lay this back down on top of it. Press, press, press. Flip it around. Super careful. Roll it back. See, it's already stuck. I'll have to clean my mat after this, just so you guys know. Because I don't want it sticky. And we're going to use this side of it. Okay, so this isn't exactly in the ditch, but I wanted to get just kind of an X going through. So I've stitched in the ditch, kind of. I kind of did some other stitching. Okay, this would be a lot easier if I had my hot ruler, but I left it at the lake. So what we're going to do is you're going to fold it in about 1/4 inch. Then you're going to grab your very hot thing, iron. You're going to press it. You just want to keep it going down about 1/4 inch because you want a finished edge when you're doing your turned binding. And then we're going to flip the thing around. We're going to do it again. We're going to fold it in about 1/4 inch. And we're going to do the exact same thing and press it. Okay, so we folded in one more time. See, there's my little fold that I've done and I pressed. I'm going to fold it in one more time. And I'm actually going to pin it. And this becomes my binding as I go around the edge. So I don't have to do a separate binding because it's already in. I'm going to give it a nice little pin here, and let's turn and do those corners. Okay, I don't love the way I did these corners. I just did a squared corner. There is a way to do it a little bit more mitered. You've seen it on the video I did on the hexie. So I'll do another video on corners at some point as well. Just know this works. So now we sew it into place. Get right up on the edge, maybe like 1/8 inch or less. I have my 1/4 inch seam foot on so I can kind of see that. I didn't have a blue thread, so I decided to try black. You can still see it, but it's better than a bright white. The trick to this is make sure you're keeping that folded edge on top of your fabric so that it closes up completely. And sew real slow. You can even extend your stitch length a little. And there you have it, all done. Now, I'll be honest, I don't like how my corners ended up. Just a little bit of revealing my errors here. I don't know, but I've messed up the corners of my turned binding. I need to go back and look at it because I've done it right before, but I didn't do it right this time. Secondly, I didn't have blue thread, so I used black thread, which would have been okay, except I didn't sew it right in a couple places, so it looks wonky. But that's okay. It's done, and it's going to be on my counter. It's not like I'm giving it to someone else.